If you watch the channel regularly, you'll realise that I do things a little differently sometimes, and I am a little different, and that's no bad thing. It's snowdrop season, so I've decided I'm going to come and shoot snowdrops, and I'm going to shoot them perhaps a little differently. I've got the macro lens on, very bright day, so I'm pushing this down to 200 ISO. It's a little breezy, so I don't want to go mad with this. And I'm just shooting up at them and getting various interesting little shots. And because it's a lovely bright day, I'm shooting into largely blue sky, but as you can see around, it's parkland, and I've got people walking around me, which makes me very uncomfortable. Hey, I chose to come here. And I chose to come here because of the snowdrops. But my point being that there's trees everywhere, so not only do I have kind of mottled blue sky, but I've got the darkness of the trees, and of course with the macro lens, everything is thrown very much into kind of soft blur behind. I suppose what's different about what I'm shooting here is the fact that I'm going mostly upward into the flower rather than kind of square onto the flower, or slightly down or slightly up. I'm doing a very different upward approach to these, and just kind of singling out individual flowers, maybe shooting with a little bit of a flower in front. So I've got one here that's kind of creating a nice localized blur. And because I'm shooting upward, and oh, excuse me, my knees, and these flowers are pretty vertical, I'm shooting vertical as well. Also, I do like doing things differently. Not always, when I say like, it's not always by design, because the last couple of days I've been out with the camera, or rather what I thought I had the camera. I had the camera bag, but the camera was at home still, not in the bag, so I'm carrying this bloody heavy great big bag around and there's nothing in it. It was a bit mad. Anyway, look, before I show you these shots here, I want to say a big thank you to everybody, because just yesterday we passed the 1,000 subscribers, yesterday being Monday, Friday, hopefully, when I put this video out. So this week I passed 1,000 subscribers, which is quite an achievement. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope you continue to watch and enjoy these images, and I'll show you what I've got here in just a moment. One of the things that might make me a little different, might make me a little unpopular, I don't know, but it's the way that people process photographs, or should I say ruin them. Those sliders you see in Lightroom and Snapseed and Luminar and all of these other photo processing applications, you know, they've got more than 3 positions, like negative 100, nothing, and positive 100. You know, there are in between markers or points on these sliders. You know, it would do well for, shall we say, beginner photographers to remember that, because unless you're after a very particular kind of image, kind of outcome, pushing any of those sliders pretty much all the way to the max or the min is often a bad idea. I'll demonstrate that with the shot that I'm going to take here. Now, down there in the distance you'll see this little hut and such. And I have in my mind what I'm going to do with this shot. We've got very, very strong light coming from sun's just up there. Very bright spots, quite dark spots where the shadows are. And my idea with this shot, and it might not play out, I don't know, it might not, is to shoot this little building hut and such down here. You can see I've still got the 60mm lens on here. It's not because I don't have other lenses, it's because I'm a bit lazy and haven't moved it, removed it from the camera and put another one on. But it's working well. I digress. So 60mm shooting that, isolating it to a degree with the shadows, and the shadows are rather nice. And I'm shooting, I've kind of framed up, so I'll take the camera off from around my neck, and I'm framing up more down here. And because I can't zoom on this camera, I'm getting this lower shadow, and I'm getting the building up there as well. And I'm going to process it in such a way that really focuses all the attention on the little building. And make it the kind of hut in the woods kind of shot. Kind of a bit spooky, a bit mysterious, a bit ethereal, that kind of thing. Don't know quite whether I'm going to manage it yet, but that in my head is where I'm going with it. I know that I'm going to be darkening a lot of it. I know that a lot of what I'm going to do is quite possibly going to create a halo around the roofline of the building. So I want to try to avoid that, or if I can't avoid it, I will remove it later. And there's techniques for doing that, which I won't go into in this video. My point is that I already know what I'm going to be doing with this, or what I hope I'm going to be doing with it. And it's quite process intensive in the Lightroom, and it's going to hopefully be a nice shot. I've already shot one already, image stabilizer on, because this is only at about a 20th of a second, f9. I never know what I'm going to find when I'm coming out into the woods, especially if it's woods that I'm not that familiar with. And I'm just walking around here, a beautiful place, and not many people are here. I mean, there's a lot of cars in the car park, but huge area. I've only seen 3 or 4 people. It's wonderful. I wandered up a little trail here, and I kind of stuck my head round here, and I came upon this tree here with all of this kind of muck down it. Now, when I've seen muck like this before, it's been because it's a favourite bird's perch. So I came and looked, and I thought, oh, that's a lot of muck. And it's not muck, it's tree sap. Oh, it's gorgeous. The amber, I can't describe it. It's so beautiful. And I don't know how long I'm going to be here taking shots of this. Well, I've never seen this before. That's not because it doesn't happen a lot. It must happen loads. But it's glorious. And because I have the macro, and I have not changed this lens, I have got perfect photo opportunities here for stunningly beautiful little studies of what this tree is excreting. I don't know whether you're going to look at these and say, wow, that's a beautiful photograph, or wow, that's a beautiful piece of nature. I don't expect them to be beautiful photographs, but I do expect them to be technically pretty good. These photos to me are beautiful. They are absolutely wonderful. I mean, details that you simply can't see with the naked eye. And the lens is focusing at about 1:2 ratio, so about half life size. So if I get a little closer on this, I'm going to be able to get a life-size image of this, this wonderful drop of amber. Yeah, I'm in absolute awe at this, and it's all coming out from a point up there where a branch is kind of growing out. I can't smell it. I mean, it's a spruce tree. I'd expect it to be very kind of piney, but I can't smell it. I haven't touched it. I can't touch it. It's normally very, very sticky stuff, isn't it? But anyway, there we go.